Howdy everyone, Sarcy here, and today we'll be looking at Anthill on Nintendo Switch. Now I'm going to get this out of the way before we start and say that this game can only be played undocked as it's touchscreen only. This was originally a mobile game from years ago, so as you could expect, this version of the game was aimed at Switch Lite users in particular, coming with all previously released DLC and a brand new soundtrack. But if you read the eShop description, you probably know that already. So with that out of the way, let's get started. Anthill is a strategy tower defense game where you control ants defending their hill through multiple waves of enemies. All units are controlled by drawing a trail with your finger and then selecting which units you want the trail to belong to. There are 4 types of units in this game. Workers will gather food and take it back to the hill, with food being necessary to make more units. Soldiers will patrol the trails you draw and can be used to protect the workers and hill. Bombers will drop explosive goo wherever you press on the screen, with the ability to get a bullseye for bonus damage if they hit the enemy right in the center. And last, there's the spitters that act as the ranged unit. So like I said, your goal is to survive the set amount of waves without the hill being destroyed. You'll get a set amount of stars after each game depending on how high you score, and those stars can be used for upgrades for each unit. There really isn't much more to it. You've got 6 territories or chapters with multiple levels in them of varying difficulties. Then you've got an infinity mode, which is an endless survival mode with a boss wave every 5 waves. In this mode, there's the addition of dirt that workers can carry to repair your hill. So that's about all there is to this game, so let's discuss my thoughts on it. Like I mentioned earlier, this was originally a mobile game, which I looked it up and it dates back to 2011. That being said, I'm not usually a fan of using the touch screen on my Switch, but given how old the mobile game is, I understand why it's only playable in undocked mode. Now, while I don't usually care to touch my Switch screen, I actually didn't really mind doing so here. Everything is really simple, as it usually is with a mobile game, and the controls are comfortable, having the benefit of controlling everything more precisely with your finger, be it setting paths for units or pinching the camera area in and out. Through the regular territories, there's not exactly a lot to do when you complete it all, besides try to go back and get a higher score and earn more stars for upgrading, but I think the game's saving grace in that case is the infinity mode, as it's something you can just replay again and again and try to get a higher score. Otherwise, without this mode, I'm not sure the $10 price tag would be as justified. But as for the overall game, it has all the core pieces that bind it together well. The available units provide for opportunity to switch up how you play the game. There's a variety of enemies ranging from the slower ones to faster ones, even enemy spitters that can shoot you from afar and act as a powerful anti-air unit, able to wipe out your bombers with just one hit. The dialogue of the characters in the story is nothing to write home about, but it's not terrible. So what are my final words on it? Well, I'm not too familiar with many older Android games, so I'm not sure if this was a hit game in the market, but with the Switch Lite having recently hit the market, this could be a good indie game for that audience. That having been said, this game isn't for everyone, of course. Like I said before, I'm not usually one for using the touchscreen, so for Switch players like me that mostly stick to docked mode, this could be a pass, but if you don't mind pulling it out of the dock and getting your fingers on the screen a bit, this is a decent tower defense game, even though the only sort of tower is the anthill. So compared to other tower defense games, I guess I can say that it can be a little bit more laid back, with there being plenty of opportunities for you to not really need to press anything, as your large ant army will do all the work for you. But anyway, that's it for this review, so if you want the game yourself, it's available on the eShop for $10. I'd like to thank Thunderful Publishing for sending me the review key. This is Sarcy on the Game Clips channel, and I'm out.